white people killing brown people. I mean, I'm just going to cut it down. When Madeleine Albright, back in the 1990s, I think 1995, 1996, was confronted by CBS News about 500,000 Iraqi children dying because of the sanctions the United States put on, she said, it's a price we're willing to pay. Now, just imagine that, an American Secretary of State saying it's a price we're willing to pay, about 500,000 children dying directly because of our policies. Now, if these were 500,000 Kosovo children or Albanians or white kids from Europe, America would be up in arms, the world would be up in arms, because you can't kill that many white people. You're not allowed to kill that many white people unless they're Ukrainians, and then apparently you can kill 1.1 million of them. But those are soldiers, not civilians. The idea of going in and bombing white civilians and killing them in this numbers is unacceptable. We do it to brown people all the time. We don't view brown people as being human beings. It's just God's honest truth. Here in America, we don't. We don't equate black lives to be the equivalent of white lives. We're used to having the numbers of black health figures skewed out again. We say, well, that's just their problem. Their problem. They're human beings. It's our problem, a collective problem. It's the same thing we have when it comes to Arab Americans. We don't care. We can slaughter them by the millions, and we don't care because, my God, and I would sadly say if we ever went to war south of the border, we have zero regard for Mexican lives as well, or any brown lives. If you're not white, your life doesn't count. And I'm just being blunt, straight up honest. The American people can get mad at me and say I'm wrong. Look in the mirror and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that you know deep inside your heart that a dead brown person doesn't move you like a dead white person does, because we are an inherently racist society, because we still believe in white supremacy. We still believe in the exceptionalism of being white, that somehow we are superior to others, and we're not. We have had the benefit of history. We've had the benefit of opportunity to where we do populate the upper tiers of society. But that's not because the color makes us inherently better. It's because the color has been attached to policies that have put the other people down, allowing us to rise to the top. And it translates into foreign policy. We would not allow Americans to bomb white people the way we're bombing Yemenis. And we wouldn't allow Americans to talk about putting nuclear weapons on nations populated by white people the way we're talking about the potential of nuclear. And I have to tell you, the whole Iraq experience exposed the racism of the United States. We just allowed that nation to be eviscerated, gutted, slaughtered, murdered, and nobody blinked an eye. The numbers just didn't cause any concern on the part of America. 500,000 Iraqi children. That's a price we're willing to pay. And if any American is okay with that or doesn't condemn it, we now know what the problem is. If we said we're going to turn Odessa into the Riviera, we'll just find a way to put those 5 million white Ukrainians, we'll displace them. We don't care. Wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen. We don't treat white people the way we treat brown people.
Shalom, shalom, Yahshua. Want to start off first things first, with all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rahak Kadash, which in the Pele Hebrew tongue is the correct name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, sister brothers, living this truth, and shalom to you, brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Now, as you just seen from that clip, Yahshua, that was a ex-military dude, Scott Ritter. I used to check him out before he got raided by his own people because he was speaking too much truth. And I don't give that devil no sympathy. He's only telling this stuff because he sees their end. We're at the end of Esau Edom. When I say Esau Edom, it's about the so-called white man. We're at the end of his rulership. And what that Edomite did is now he's starting to realize why they're about to be destroyed. And it's because they don't value life. He tried to say they value white lives, but really they don't. You got to be like a rich Edomite for them to value your life. And even then, Esau still don't value life. If you're in the way of something that he want, or you ain't in agreement with what he's trying to get, they'll just unalive you. Like, Esau doesn't care about death, point blank, period. Straight up. And we're going to go get that in the scriptures. And he was talking about how, and we see it all the time, like Esau really wants to unalive other nations. Heathen nations, when you hear in the news, they got bombed on or something bad happened to another nation, Esau doesn't care. Now, he might show a little bit, but that's really not empathy. If like little Susie gets knocked off or get unalive, and that's only because they think they're next, but they don't really care what happens to little Susie. They just don't want nothing to happen to them. Edomites are inherently selfish, and like you said, he said the system is inherently based on white supremacy. So you'll never eradicate racism out of Babylon the Great. And when I say Babylon the Great, I'm talking about the United States of America. It was built on that. That's the foundation of it, is to hate the children of Israel, which represents your so-called African Americans, Native Americans, and your so-called Hispanics. Those groups of people always get wronged by Esau Edom, because Esau Edom hates those groups because they are the children of Israel. You know, and this is going to be a quick lesson. I just wanted to show how these devils have been exposed. And really, he just saying stuff because it's out in the open. He just said the quiet part out loud, because everybody in the world, all other heathen nations, everybody's realized that Esau Edom is the devil in the flesh. Everybody's realized that by now. So you might as well go and just say it to the public, but you still got coons and sambos. Well, we can still help them. They can still be rehabilitated, which they'll just have to go down with their master. So I'm gonna go get this right here. I didn't even have it in the holster, but it just hit my spirit as we was cooking. Let's see if I can find it, because I want to get that precept where it says they are as death. Oh, there it go. I was right. So this is Habakkuk 2:5. This talk about Esau Edom says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, which goes into philosophies, that wine going to philosophies, you know, and Esau loved to spread false pseudoscience and false philosophies and theories. That's how he destroys everybody, by his philosophies. He is a proud man. That is so true. If you think not, go look at Donald Trump. Tell me that dude ain't proud. And all them Edomites feel like that, especially if they got some change about them, a lot of money. It says, neither keepeth at home. That's why you call an Edomite woman a Karen. They can't mind their own business. They can't stay at home. They got to be in your business, what you doing, and regulate and control what you got going. That is Esau, even so-called white man's agenda. He wants to dictate what you do, where you go, what you're doing. That's just how they are. They're control freaks. Edomites are control freaks. They always want to dictate something. The scriptures told us that he can't keep at home. If Esau come up in your house and tell you how to eat, what to do, this and that, ravish your dog, ravish your children. Hey, he'll destroy everything if you let that damn devil in your house. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell, he want everything. This devil never satisfied. He got $1 trillion and he still want more. They're never satisfied. That's why I say enlargeth his desire as hell. Because as Esau gets what he wants, it increases hell. Because they're the devil. So what are they going to naturally do? They're going to bring hell on earth. Because that's their nature. So that's why the Lord said he increases his desire as hell. And then here we go. And is as death. Esau is the personification of death. He feels good when he unalives something. He feels good when he oppresses something. They can't go to sleep unless they do wickedness, at the scripture state. So they are as death. That's why they really like when they go to other countries and unalive people in big numbers. Because right now they're doing that in Gaza. Esau likes that. He has to have that. He has to have blood. And long as it's not some Edomites, it's another nation, Esau cool with that. He cool with that. Because they like to be, they get a comfort in the majority. So they like when it's a bunch of Edomites to go into white supremacy. But when their numbers is low, they feel insecure. And they really feel insecure now because the Lord has exposed them. So it says, it cannot be satisfied. They can't. I just stated that earlier. And it says, but gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. I'm going to hit verse 6. And see, that goes what I said. They got to have everybody. They want total control. And it's going to really blossom to this fullness when an MOTB, the mark of the beast, is made mandatory, which is that RFID microchip. They want to tag us like cattle. They want to tag everybody. That's their desire. And the scriptures call that the mark of the beast. Verse 6, Habakkuk 2:6 says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and attaining proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that leadeth himself with thick clay. Ladeth himself with thick clay. Death. These devils done put everything, that whole country, Babylon the Great is in debt. So it said take up a parable against him. So now we're at that point where people are no longer caught up in that delusion that Esau's the standard. He's the standard for goodness. He's the standard for righteousness. They used to have that, but now they don't have it anymore. Now Esau is the face of wickedness. He's the face of all kind of degenerate behavior. And he's the culprit of why the world is in such a bad state. That's been known now. You know, thanks to the power of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua exposing that. We're in the information age. That age is not good for Esau and his deceit. It's uncovering everything. You know, it's the reason why these devils want to ban TikTok and get us off these corners, these highway hedges. Because they're being totally exposed. I mean, totally exposed. And if you think not, I'm about to show you just how wicked these devils are. Let's play another clip. Check this out, Yasharala. You can't make this stuff up. Check out what this California mayor got to say about what he wants to do with his homeless problem in California.
It sounds like you want to kind of enclose all these homeless people in one territory. And I don't.
What I want to do is give them free fentanyl. I mean, that's what I want to do.
Do what?
I want to give them free fentanyl. Yeah.
I can't understand what you're saying. You wanted to get with them what?
I want to give them all the fentanyl they want. That's what I want.
That was not kind. So if we're back to the homeless. Okay, first is to think, if we think about homeless people, I mean, literally there's like only a couple of steps between any of us who have a home and the people who have not.
So you heard that devil said? He said that he wanted to give the homeless, Yashrala, free fentanyl, all they can have. He basically wants them to OD. He just want to unalive them with drugs, because that's the point anyway of why they sell drugs in here, is to make money, and it's also to ruin the Israelite community. But now it's spreading to their community, so now they just want to put fentanyl in the game and just unalive everybody. That's how the devil deals with his problems. And he didn't have to bring drugs in here. The Edomites bring the drugs in here to sell it to make money, and now you hear a mayor, a government official, you heard the Edomite, he said that they laughing. I noticed that when Esau talk about unaliving us, spreading some death, they take it as a joke. And see, right now, Yahshua shouldn't be taking what Esau says as a joke. They're serious. And then I was watching a lesson. I'm gonna put the lesson in the comment section. It's a lesson a brother did where he went in on that mayor. And that mayor now is in damage control. He's trying to clean it up. And he just made it worse. Because he said something like, oh no, what y'all done misunderstood is I want to give it to the thugs and the criminals. And really, like the ox said in that lesson, that's just code word for, Yasharala, Jakes. So, and then he doubled down and said that he wanted to purge. He said we need to purge all the homeless. He said they're committing all the crimes and this and that. And he said that he's calling for President Trump to do a purge. So I done heard President Trump say purge. Now this California mayor we seen talking, he calling for a purge. So guess what's about to happen, Yasharala? Esau about to call for a purge, and they're just about to do a bunch of unaliving. We're about to go in those type of times. Esau's about to show the world, which is kind of already on display now, that he is the devil in the flesh. And let me see. I'll just get it. I'll get it put in the comment section because I watched it when I was at work. So I'll just put that lesson in the comment section because he went in on it. I'm going to kind of do a short little lesson and show you these devils are fully exposed. And they're exposing themselves. Their own tongue is falling upon themselves. Because that dude tried to clean it up and made it worse. I mean, that's a straight devil. And I think they say he been a 6-time mayor. So they like that dude. And he in there talking. She trying to, come with a solution to the problem. And he basically saying, let's just unalive all the homeless people. And see how he deals with the poor? That's unrighteousness. It shows you that Esau is the wicked. And that's a problem that he created. You brought the drugs in. You're the reason all these people on drugs and can't get their life together and get no house. It's because of Esau Edom. It started out on Jake. Jake is now coming off them drugs, as a group, as a whole we are. We had the crack epidemic. which went crazy, but it didn't unalive us like that. That's why the devil stepped it up and got fentanyl. Because the stuff he put out there didn't kill Jake like that. I got uncles that came off of crack, got jobs, Jake coming off them drugs as a majority, and we're really starting to turn a corner as a people. That's why Esau's in panic mode, and he has to do something to stop, Yasharallah from rising. And then you look at the counterpart, Esau, Edom, they're the ones doing the opioids, and they're the ones doing fentanyl. They're the bit, like in Tulsa, Oklahoma, most of your druggies are Edomites, Yasharallah. So I done seen the change up. So if we see it, Esau see it, and he ain't happy about that. So they got to do something, and his plan is, hey, we're just going to unallow the undesirables. They call us useless eaters. And they want America to be white again, because now they're becoming, well, really, I believe to the spirit, they're already the minority. So they want to become the majority again. How do you do that? You have to delete some lives, particularly the children of Israel. They don't want brown and yellow. They only want, pinkish red. That's what they want. So, what was I about to go get? Let's go get, should I get the classic? I'm going to go get the ones where it's showing like that dude's tongue fell on the silver. And I used to watch that Scott Ritter dude before he got raided by the feds. The feds raided him, called him a Russian asset, and after that, he wasn't good no more. Before that, he was giving up, he was spilling the beans on their military. That's why they had the feds raid him like, man, you better shut up. Let me telling the world how much we done messed up, and we in a bad spot. He was talking bad about Edomites. He was like, man, they doing this stupid, they doing that. The military is trash. And they got on this bug quick, and after that, I noticed his whole tune done changed. They probably threatened his family or whatever. Now he mad. So now he just telling it. Like, I'm going to tell all the secrets. Like, he just saying, Edomites are the devil. We don't care about unaliving brown people, and that's just the way it is. So, and then we heard that mayor, he went to clean it up. He made it worse. He doubled down on his wickedness. Like, I'm just trying to do a purge. So y'all watch that lesson about a brother, because that mayor, man, that dude, I'm like, man, this dude is a mayor? 6 times? This is who y'all like? That dude, like, man, worse than they just say whatever out their mouth. So this is Psalms 64:8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. As happening now. Everybody's fleeing away from Esau. Trump doing this little trade war, making other countries not want to trade with Babylon the Great no more. He's making a big blunder of Edomites, making them look bad. They all looking bad as a whole. As a race, Esau, Edom looks really, really bad right now on the world stage. So that scripture's going into play, and their tongues fall on themselves. It's like they try to do stuff to get back to narrative, and they're just making it worse. And the reason that's happening is because you cannot fight against Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua. You can't come against this truth. You only do things for the truth. So I'm looking at E like, man, you're cooked. You're done. And once they realize that as a race, which they're realizing it now, they're going to just grab their guns and get the unaliving, Yasharallah. Like, they're going to throw a hissy fit. I'm waiting on that, Yasharallah, because that's going to be Jacob's trouble. When the devil really realizes he's cooked and they not going to make a comeback, like Trump done promised, and they really realize it's over with, that's when you're going to see a lot of unaliving. And a lot of Jakes are oblivious. Jake in party mode right now, thinking everything is a game. And Esau is seething right now. I can just see it when I go to my jobs. I feel the vibration of them Edomites, and they're seething right now. They're in a position they've never been in since I've been alive. They're in a position now where they're looked at as the bad guys. Usually that's what was put on us, Yasharallah. We was the thug gangsters, can't do nothing right, delinquents. Usually that was on us. Now people starting to see like, oh man, nah, some decent, some decent so-called black folk. They not like what they been saying. Nah, it's y'all white people that's bad. And I know Esau, he weak, man. He's melting. He cannot take all this bad publicity. And as a race, they're in a very, very bad position. Edomite women are scrambling to get with Jake men, trying to use us as shields, because they can sense their destruction coming. The presence of Yahushua is coming, and it's not good for them. You can see the dread in their eyes. Like at work, all the Edomites are in a depressive state. I mean, very depressed. I peeped it today. They was all stressed out, and Man, some of them look like they ready to cry. And that's because they're fully stripped naked and exposed. I notice when they talk to me, their voice be crackling. Because when I look at Esau as a devil. And I know if you look at them like that, when you look in their eyes, and you look at them and you know who they are, oh man, it's like they melt down like little boys. Like they can't take that. This knowledge of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, and his wisdom and understanding is blowing the top off this place. Because it's empowering the men of Israel. Like I said, I'm a very small Jake, Yahshua, a very small Jake. And I've had huge Edomites. I looked them in their eyes and I just seen them melt down and get scared. Because I'll be looking for their lies. Because if Esau's lips is moving, he gonna lie. I don't trust him worth nothing. And they're not used to that. They're used to Jacob being docile. They're used to being looked at as, the standard, something to be. They're not used to being looked at as something that's, horrible or plorable. They're not used to being looked at like that. And that's how a lot of Jakes, even Eve is starting to look at Esau like that. That's how you know they cooked. When a ratchet Eve don't like you, you're done, man. You finish. Straight up finish. So I'm gonna let me get one more about they councils casting them down, then we'll leave off with the classic precept, because it's so coming alive. Esau is so exposed right now to where if you don't know that Esau Edom is the devil in the flesh, you're a dummy. Straight up. And what's about to get Job. Yeah, to get that Job. Because they counsel, that was he was part of their council. Scott Ritter, that was an Edomite, a military Edomite. And now he's calling them out. So that's this precept right here coming to life. This is Job 18:7. It said, the steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. So you got a decorated military dude up here telling Esau's secret. Like, man, look in the mirror. Y'all know y'all like unalive brown people. Be for real. And all he doing is telling us stuff we already knew. Like, thanks for the confirmation, but I already knew that. So he's a part of their council. Because he was a high-level ranking military person. I think he was a weapon inspector, or maybe he was something. I can't remember. He was something big in the military. And now he's out there. He been spilling the beans. He been really basically like talking bad about Babylon the Great. Because he said they're not doing nothing right. The military is totally trash. They're going to lose these wars they're trying to do. And see, we already knew that through the scriptures. He's saying that because he was in the military. He know how stuff's supposed to go. And he's saying they're not doing anything right now. He said the only thing they got on their side right now is technology and missiles. But as far as infantry, manpower, he said it is not there. China and Russia will crush the USA military. I've heard him say that. And then now he's calling them out like, y'all don't care about nobody's lives but your own. So go ahead and own up to it. So that's their own council casting them down. Just like old girl in that little town hall meeting. She trying to talk to the mayor about the homeless problem. He like, hey man, we're just gonna give him fentanyl. And we're just gonna unalive all of them. She like, well, that's not nice. With a sign that said, in God we trust, to show you these are not godly people at all. They don't go by none of the principles that's in the Bible. This devil despises the poor. He made them poor, then he hate that they poor, then he want to unalive them because they poor. Like, how wicked is that? They got enough money to house all them people. Should nobody be homeless or hungry in Babylon the Great with all this waste that goes out, all this money that goes out? I think, don't Babylon the Great spend like 800 billion on their military expenses? Like, you can't cut 5 of that to house people? Like, get out of here. Understand you can't just give everything a free handout, but this place ain't got to be ran the way it's ran. There's too much money here for it to be decrepit like that. Way too much money. And should nobody go hungry at Babylon the Great. I work for a job, and these people throw food in the trash. Good food, y'all. Sherrod, talking about is something in the contract. They can't take the food and do it here. Because I worked in that department one time because they sent me over there. And it just wowed me, Yashra. I was like, whoa. So I was like, what are we doing? They was throwing it in the bin, and they was throwing all the food in the trash. They said they can't do no returns. I'm like, okay, you can't give it to a homeless shelter, something like that? You just throw away perfectly good food in the trash? And they like, yeah, tons and tons of food every day, Yashra. So this place is just, it's wicked, man. It needs to go. Very wicked. And Esau Edom, he has to go. Cause he don't rule right. I see a lot of stupid stuff every day at my jobs. And I just be like, man, who called the shots on that? Who decided to do that? None of this stuff runs right. So it just shows me the stupidity of the Edomite nation. It's like they're getting dumber and dumber every day too. It be stuff I be seeing. I'm like, who made that call? Why are we doing this? And you know us, I just work a job. I don't care. I just get my daily bread and go home. I be like, you want me to do this stupid stuff? All right. You know, because all they're going to do is destroy their kingdom. But they do some dumb stuff, y'all. So they don't have true leadership anymore. Everything they do is stupid. The way it operates. I'm like, man, I think my son can run the company better than this fool can. I'm like, who told y'all that was a good idea? I mean, it'd be stupid stuff they tell you. It'd be mind-boggling, y'all, Sharala. And I work 2 jobs. So at both my jobs, I see stupid stuff daily. Stupid stuff, man. And I just be like, wow, this devil, he's done. He's cooked. He can't even, and it's the point. Jake is no longer giving their resources and energy to Esau Edom anymore. Because they thrived off of us. I'm starting to see we are the businessmen. We are the ones that make this stuff go. It's now Jake is starting to wise up and keep his energy and his resource for his own. And we seeing Esau have to, do it solo, and he can't do it. He never could. It was all off the backs of our people. So this devil just been exposed for the devil he is, the base man. He is that. We're seeing it. So I'm gonna leave off with this classic, because the Lord is making these devils so bare. They're like, they butt naked right now. I mean, you can see all their flaws, all their wickedness. You can just, everything is on full display. Everything is on Front Street, straight up. So this is Jeremiah 49:10. It says, but I've made Esau bare. I've uncovered his secret places. They finding all them child trafficking places, Epstein Island, all the little secret places where he do all this wickedness. The Roman Catholic Church, all caught up in them allegations. All his secret places, way the music industry is ran, the movie industry is ran, everything is all out there. Your secret place has been uncovered, Esau. All they witchcraft they've been doing. And it says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. They can't hide themselves. That's why Scott Ritter went over and just said it out in the open, like, bro, we about to get blasted anyway. Might as well tell the truth now. It's over with. That's why he think he gonna get off light for him to be saying it openly. He getting himself ready for slavery, y'all. That's what Scott Ritter doing. He want to be a house Jake. That's what he's trying to be. So this says, and his seed is spoiled, because all the opioids and fentanyl they bringing in here, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So that goes to like your Donald Trumps, your Elon Musks. They're good based on how much money they got. But when you look at their family, you look at everybody around them, their neighbors, just looking at their nation. Their nation is spoiled right now. And it's all because of their doing. That's how the Lord is so cold with it. The Lord made them destroy their own kingdom. We didn't do nothing. All we did was serve the Lord, pray, and then look what the Lord did. He made them destroy themselves. The curse is coming off for us and going on to our enemies. Now they knee deep in drug problems. Now they up here unaliving their parents, doing all these school shootings. Got autism, can't get a normal baby no more. The baby got Asperger's, autism. So the intelligence ain't there no more. So it's not good for Esau. Edom has no future. And like, I think they starting to really see that. It ain't hit them yet, but it's getting to that point. It's getting to that point, and we're patiently waiting on that, because that once it hits them and they realize it, that they ain't got nothing else to lose, and they might as well just be who they really are, that's when Jacob's trouble is really gonna kick off. So I just wanted to put that out there, Yashua. These devils are starting to, they so exposed. Hey, more than I've ever seen in my life. I'm just wowed by the power of Yahweh, Bashmi Hawashah, and just everything that he's doing and revealing. I'm like, it's people that I wouldn't even think would ever see Esau the way he is now, and they're starting to see it. And I'm talking about some dumb, hood, straight low vibrational Jakes, Joshua. They starting to be like, man, you right, man. The white man is the devil. I'm like, dang, you see that? Some of the coons, the Sambos starting to get irritated with Esau, and I'm just like, wow. This old Uncle Ruckus tap dancing nigga, like, you mean to tell me he getting pissed off with Esau? I'm like, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, I see the Jake that's straight cooned out, man. Jake getting roused up. He went off on the Edomite at the job. And he a straight Uncle Ruckus. Straight Sambo. They pissed him off. They trying to do too much. And so I'm like, wow, the Keishas and the Eves don't want you. The Uncle Ruckus, Sambo Coons don't want you. Oh yeah. I know what time it is, baby. You know? So with that being said, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah and stay locked in because your Yahweh Shah is quickly on the way. Shalom.